I need a way to make wood essentially as thin as veneer. Now I have my planer back here, but you can't go that thin because then it starts shattering the wood and there's tear out problems. So what I need is a sander, a thickness sander, and I don't have one. So I decided, since I'm just doing strips of wood, I'm not going to spend $1,000 or $1,200 on a thickness sander. I'm going to try and make my own. This is the jig that I made, and if it looks kind of cobbled together, that's because it is. Now I could probably come back here later on and now that I know how it goes together, and make a better one. And I may do that, but on the other hand I may not. This seems to work pretty good. I've used the camber adjustment here to get my fence so that it's properly aligned with the belt, and that thickness is controlled with this right here. It's a manual feed, so you have to watch your fingers. As this is sanding, I'll just note here that the sander is set up with 120 grit paper, and the pieces come out a lot smoother than I expected. Definitely a big improvement over the 36 grit. Also, on my camber and thickness adjusters, you might have noticed that there's some HDPE plastic, also known as white cutting board plastic. It is threaded and keeps the adjusters from vibrating out of place. The threads on my adjuster are 1/4 all thread. I'm going to give this a full turn and we'll measure again. That full turn took about 25 thousandths off. That's down to 20 thou. Got this down to about 17 thou, which is about the same as this commercial veneer. I knew that I needed to hook up some kind of vacuum, but I didn't realize how much I needed it until I came back the next day and found a fine layer of sawdust all over the shop. If I need something that can do bigger pieces, I might build a larger model, but until then, this suits my needs just fine, and it's time to move on to other things.